As you wake up this morning, the Pentagon currently tracking a suspected Chinese spy balloon flying over Maelstrom Air Force Base in the state of Montana. Despite calls to shoot this thing down, President Biden opting to leave it be and not risk human casualties on the ground. For more on this, let's welcome in the Vice Chair for the Center of American Policy at the America First Policy Institute and former Chief of Staff at the National Security Council, Fred Fleitz. Fred, good morning. Great to have you on this morning. How concerned are you about this provocation by the CCP?
You know, I'm very concerned. I heard Mark Halperin saying it's not a big deal because China spies on us all the time using satellites. This is very different. Satellites are in orbit. This balloon is in U.S. territory. It's in U.S. airspace. The Chinese would shoot down an American balloon if we did this to them. But, you know, I don't want us to shoot this down. I would like to see the Air Force go up into the atmosphere and capture this balloon. I want that equipment to be examined by U.S. intelligence officials. I'm hoping that's what Joe Biden will order.
Okay, is that possible? Because from what we're hearing this morning, it's in the high stratosphere right now, between 60 and 70,000 feet. Do we have the equipment to pull off that kind of operation?
Yes.
Can you go into more detail?
No.
Okay, well, you were at the CIA, so I was trying to get maybe something out of you there.
We could do that if we wanted to, but look, it would be provocative. Maybe the administration is worried the Chinese would be upset if we destroyed their balloon. I don't know what's going on here, but either shooting it down or taking it down for examination by the CIA, one of those is the options we should pursue.
Well, I think just as a regular everyday American, shooting it down sends a very clear message to China, who is on the precipice of invading Taiwan, by the way, and is allied with Russia right now, who's been at war with Ukraine for a year. This all happening after our botched Afghanistan withdrawal in August of 21. Fred, how do you think this plays out? Because apparently there are two, one also flying over Canadian airspace this morning.
I don't think this is an accident. This is another effort by the Chinese to probe Joe Biden's leadership. They see a weak president. They're wondering how he's going to respond. And it sort of worries me, given the huge surge in provocations against Taiwan, against their air defense zone. What does this mean? What lessons are they trying to get out of how the U.S. reacts to these provocations?
Why does it always seem to boil down to Joe Biden and China when it comes to weakness at the White House?
I think if we look at American foreign policy across the board, we are much less safe today than we were 2 years ago because of Joe Biden's ineptness, his incompetent foreign policy, his focus on things that are not national security priorities, such as climate change. You know, a priority for the Blinken trip to China is climate change, not North Korea, not Taiwan, not human rights. That's his big priority.
Okay, Fred, final question, 30 seconds. Has that shifted in the last 24 hours? His priorities?
I think so. I think it's going to create real problems how this administration approaches China. And look, at the first meeting between Blinken and his counterpart doesn't go well. It's possible that President Xi won't even see Blinken.
Wow. Interesting. We will keep a very close eye on this as it develops. And of course, Antony Blinken's trip in the next few days to Beijing, where he was scheduled to meet with Xi Jinping. I imagine this would be topic number one, not climate change. Fred Fleitz, have a great weekend. Great seeing you as always. Thanks for breaking that down.
Good to be here.